Kansas City Royals.
Serve to shallow center. Crow Armstrong can't get there. It's in for a hit. Massey and with score. Hunter Renfroe delivers again. A two-run, two-out single.
Stay fair.
Down the left field line. It is fair, and it is...
Man, need to catch it. Fan interference, home run.
Fan interference, home run. Freddie Fermin gives the Royals the lead. And the Cubs fan helps out the Royals.
Cubs down by a run. In the air, right field. Renfroe back some more. It's over his head. And the game's going to be tied. David Bodie with a rocket to right field. That thing just took off. RBI double. And it's 3-3.
The center fielder, number 52, Pete Crow Armstrong.
On the ground right side. That one kicks into right field. Bodie around and in to score. And PCA delivers. Cubs have the lead. Well, he had the triple and the run scored last night. 2 hits in the game here today.
Pitch to Dansby. Fly ball deep left field. Back toward the track and making the catch is Melendez. Tagging and scoring is Ian Happ. And the Cubs lead by a score of 7-3. Royals down to their last out. The Cubs lead by 4. Nobody on. Fly ball right center. This could do it. On the run and making the catch is Seiya Suzuki, and the Cubs win the ball game. Back-to-back wins for the Cubs here in Kansas City.
Yeah, I would say we've played pretty good baseball all year. Overall, I think it's frustrating to lose the last 2 here. You got a chance to set yourself up and have a really good homestand, but regardless, that's how baseball is. You're gonna go through little streaks here and there, and when you're in a playoff race, it's very rare that you just boat race everybody and get out to a huge lead. You're going to have these ebbs and flows, and you got to be consistent and stick with it.
Chiefs.
You've probably seen the video of the Raiders with the Muppet of you. Is that something that you kind of compartmentalize when you use it when you get ready to play them?
Yeah, I mean, it's still early in the year. Kind of stuff like that happens. It'll get handled when it gets handled.
Patrick, you said you brought a TV up here. One of the reasons was to play college football 25.
Yeah.
How much have you played, and have you led Texas Tech to a national championship yet?
No, we didn't win the national championship in year 1. I'm in year 2 now. I chose 4-star because I had to be realistic. I couldn't do a 5-star, and it took me a while to become the starter, but we got a nice bowl win against Florida, and now we're in our second season. We actually have a big game against Kansas State tonight. Felix, I don't know if Felix knows. I got a big game against Kansas State on my road to glory. I'm sorry in advance.
St. Joe, year 12. That means I've spent just about an entire year of my life up here in the dorms, man. It's everybody may see that as pretty grueling, but I enjoy it, man. There's something about this place to get you ready every single year, and I'm not gonna lie, got pretty excited as the time started counting down to get out here and get this thing rolling.
Good practice today. Guys challenging each other, going back and forth. Got a lot of 1 versus 1 and 2 versus 2 going today. Red zone was a big part of today's practice, which we need. You need to be sharp in these areas, and that's a big one right there. So it was good work today. Time's yours.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. It's Monday, July 29th, 2024. Stephen St. John and Todd Leabo with Jake Gutierrez. Thank you so much for joining us.
Now you just can't leave.
Boom.
Where's your bedroom voice?
In St. Joseph, Missouri.
It's over? You're back?
Yeah.
You miss it?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I miss having a nice breakfast buffet right across the hall. That's for sure.
Where's the damn French toast sticks?
That was only one day up there.
Special day,
that was
though.
A special day.
You like eggs.
I do love eggs, and I don't eat eggs very often.
But when they're there.
Because I'm here, and I just like there's not the opportunity really to eat eggs after the show too many times. And so I really enjoy, eggs are one of my favorite foods.
If I brought in hard-boiled eggs, would you eat them?
Yeah. All right. I love hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah.
And that's no yolk. Oh yeah, that was always something me mama would make me. And anytime eggs and tortilla. You know what else with?
What?
With what she called lunch ham, which was bologna.
Lunch ham. Slick meats.
I don't know why they called.
It's lunch ham.
My mother and my grandmother called it.
I was gonna say my grandma called it lunch ham.
Yeah. So I don't know when. I don't know where that was lunch ham.
She called it ham. Want some ham?
Yeah, you want some lunch ham?
Lunch ham.
Yeah. It was just bologna.
Yeah, just bologna, lunch ham.
The worst is my grandma would ask us if we wanted mayo, and then she put Miracle Whip on her
Yeah,
sandwich.
yeah.
It's the same thing, right?
No.
But
Nah,
then
it's all white.
But as time went on, then I'd say kind of sandwiches, lunch ham. People, what the hell are you talking about?
I don't even know.
I guess bolognas.
Bolognese. My sister-in-law is from a small town in Kansas, and they call that slick meat and flat cheese.
Oh, yeah?
If you're making a deli sandwich. Get some slick meats, flat cheeses.
My dad was always real big on fried bologna sandwiches, too.
Oh, I love fried bologna.
And
I didn't ever call it lunch ham.
I know.
But I called it fried bologna. I had fried bologna.
I like it.
Had to put a little slit in it so it didn't, turn into a big bubble.
Yeah, I was a little boy. As a youngster, we didn't have a whole lot. We lived in this.
You had lunch ham though.
We had this tiny house, whatever. But we always had tortilla. We always had some eggs. We always had some lunch ham.
All you need.
It really is all you need, to be honest with you.
You got some carbs. You got some meat. You got plenty of salt.
And you know what? And back then, you're right, Jake. Just a little smear of mayo, or they'd sneak in the.
Doesn't
Miracle
sound like
Whip.
Jake wants Miracle Whip.
No, and we'd be like, okay, it's mayo, right? Yeah, it's mayo. Mayonnaise. Okay. Not Miracle Whip. No, mayo. Okay. It'd still be Miracle Whip every time.
Right.
Didn't like Miracle Whip.
Right. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, I guess, when it comes to that.
Don't complain about getting food.
Huh?
You don't complain about getting food.
No.
You get food, you get food.
I'm good with it.
We grew up on Buddig lunch meat. Like a pack of
30 cents.
Super, like super thin.
Just one pack was
one pack.
Pretty much a
sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get 2 slices. That's
what was wrong with that?
You'd hold that up to the light, see through that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Carl Buddig. What is his name? Carl?
Yeah, I think
it was Carl Buddig.
Carl Buddig, yeah. Like that's what 99 cents.
I think that's a fake person, like Betty Crocker's not real. Is Carl Buddig a real man?
Betty Crocker's not real?
No, I think Betty Crocker was a made-up thing so people could send a letter to her about recipes. I believe.
What are we talking about here?
I don't know. Go Chiefs. Royals stink now. It's all falling apart.
Wow.
What's going on?
What?
Had a lead in both those games against the Cubs.
Still in the last wild card spot.
I know, but it's just
Thanks to the Yankees. Thank you, I guess.
Shout out to also we have you the intern and Fanboy the intern. A couple of interns on Monday. We got a full house.
Shout out.
And look, hey, Chiefs. I mean, practice was fun. It's still practice.
Pads.
Had a chance to see a pad of practice. Talked to Mahomes. Finished things up on Friday. Came back on Saturday. It was a good trip to St. Joe, and yeah, look, it's because when I'm up there, I get these not updates, but memories that pop up in my timeline from Google Photos or whatever else. And there was one of them that just hit me like a ton of bricks. It said, highlights from your trip to St. Joe 13 years ago.
Oh, 13 years ago.
And I looked at it, and it was
babies.
All 4 kids. The baby girls were 2. And then Richie would have been 14, and Phil would have been 7. And, there's a picture of us. Back then, that's when Phil used to wear a robe everywhere. He had his robe on.
2011 Chiefs were really special team, too.
And
that was Phil Wood wristband. That was Phil Wood wristband.
Yeah, and there was a picture of Aaron Swartz asleep on a couch.
You have hair?
No,
not really. There's a picture of me and Mitch Holtis at the Hi-Ho. Just all these great memories, And it just, I can't believe we've been going. I mean, we've basically been going up there, the girls, their entire lives.
Whole life, yeah.
And we've had, but honestly, like, we're blessed because we go up there, and it's like a home away from home. We get treated very, very well. And we love to go to see, Jeff and Amber at the Frederick Inn, and then John and Mary over at the Hi-Ho, and all the great people, Kara, and the great staff at Stony Creek Hotel and Conference Center. Although I mean, I get a kick out of St. Joe. People that know me know that I went to school up there for 2 years, so lived up there for 2 years, and I'm always glad to go back to campus and watch the Chiefs. And yes, these practices are a lot more fun to watch than 13 years ago, Todd.
It was so much anticipation. They just come off a playoff year, and 2011.
There's in those highlights, a picture popped up of me sitting down with Scott Pioli.
Ah, yes.
You guys remember when I can't remember what year it was, but do you remember when I broke the story of Tamba Hali reporting to camp and signing his new contract?
Was it that year?
Running up the hill,
and it fell down the hill. And Pioli fed me that story.
Yeah.
And it was when we were doing
fell down the hill.
I was on a nighttime. I was calling into a nighttime show or whatever, and there's a hill that's right there. There's the bleachers when the hill's next to the stadium that goes up to the indoor facility, and I couldn't get reception to call in.
Yeah.
And I was reporting that Tamba was there in St. Joe and signing his deal. And I ran up the hill, and it's a steep
hill.
And I got to the top, and I kind of fell back. Didn't fall all the way down the hill.
Didn't roll back down the bottom.
I felt a good amount. A good amount. Lost my phone, everything. Grabbed my phone, and finally I'm like, okay, I'm good. I got a signal. I'm on. It was such a big deal at the time.
It was a huge deal, and he's still helping this team.
Yeah, I talked to Felix Anudike Uzama and Andy Reid about what he's done to help George Karlaftis and Felix in the offseason. And so that we'll play that here in a little bit.
So many memories.
Okay, so Chiefs practice today. Everything seems to be all good.
Off tomorrow. No practice tomorrow.
Does that make you happy?
Yes.
Right. Joe Thuney passed his physical. He's now eligible to return from the PUP list. So looks like everything's working out well with Joe Thuney. He's on schedule, returning from his injury. So we'll get into all this. You mentioned the Royals. You said something a little tongue in cheek there. They suck. It's all over. Look, you can't. They have a playoff spot right now.
They do.
They are the third wild card. Okay, but again, a missed opportunity. They lose a series at home to an inferior team. And what a bizarre moment in that game yesterday when Christopher Morel, who's in the lineup, finds out he gets traded.
Bye, guys.
And then you see footage of him saying goodbye to the rest of his team as he's getting shipped off to Tampa in the middle of the game. And it's the Cubs that are making an upgrade at on their offense. That's where I've been disappointed here the past week or so. The Royals jumped the market and got Hunter Harvey, who left the game yesterday with back spasms. And that's what I've cautioned you about Hunter Harvey. He's a very good reliever if he stays healthy. But that throughout his career, it's been better since he was in Washington. But throughout his career, durability has been a big issue.
Back is broken.
And so that's something that was part of the deal. Yes, he's a good reliever. Yes, he's an upgrade. And yes, he's had lack of durability and he's had injury issues. Hopefully, it's just back spasms and nothing becomes of it. But we'll see. John Schreiber left the game too. due to precautionary measures. People wish that McCarthy would have left the game because he's just getting bombed now. What's his ERA now? 5.5?
It is.
Look it up.
Up to 5.44.
Jesus.
His whip is 1.45 though. That's good.
I mean,
right?
there's nothing that's good about that. There's nothing. I mean, like right now, who's the closer? Who do you want to put out there if they've got a 2 or 3 run lead in the 9th inning?
I don't know.
Hell, who can you right now? I don't even get who's healthy. I mean, right now, as we sit, we don't know about Hunter Harvey. We don't know about Schreiber. We've seen McCarthy. I mean, like right now, who do you put out there?
I mean, Bubic had a bad outing this weekend too.
But just right now, it's a mess.
It's a mess.
All
You'd
right?
like to have another 6-0 lead or something is what you need.
So they need another bullpen arm, and they still need another bat. And other teams around them have been trading. And according to different reports by different MLB writers and people that cover Major League Baseball, the Royals are coming in second and third in some of these deals.
Might as well be 15th
Yeah, they were in on this guy, but they got outbid. They were in on that guy, but they got outbid.
Yeah, second place in recruiting and trades, it's no good. Might as well be last.
At least their name's involved, though. I mean,
That's maybe a good sign, but it's not going to help them win any games.
Hey, I get it. If you don't get the guy, it doesn't really matter. But still, is it better to hear that they're involved or not hear their name?
They're
at all?
trying. They're trying. The good news is, though, they get to play the White Sox.
The result's the same.
I get it. I get it.
To me, it's more frustrating if they're involved because, you know what? Get it done.
Sure.
They got their last 3 games to the White Sox coming up.
All we've been told is how bad this system is. And so, use the system to get the guy you want. And it's frustrating to me that there's guys that they want, that they're close, but they can't get the deal done. And so for me, it's more irritating. Yes, I'd rather have them in these deals, but get the deal done. Get one of these deals done. Jason Adam goes from the Padres to the Rays, so there's another good bullpen arm. Jesse Winker goes from the Mets to the Nationals. It could have been a possible upgrade. I mean, who knows how much, but at least there's a bat that went for a reasonable price. Carlos Estevez, one of the better relief arms on the market. He went for a couple of highly touted pitching prospects. So that was somewhat of a steep price. Jazz Chisholm, that's a guy that supposedly the Royals were in contention for and came in, I think, third, according to a couple of reports. And the Marlins, they gave up a reasonable package. It wasn't anything that I thought, well, there's no way the Royals could have matched that. But like the Mets got Ryan Stanek. Bring Ryan Stanek home. He'd help the bullpen. Yimi Garcia went to the Mariners. Zach Eflin went to the Orioles. Austin Hayes was another guy supposedly the Royals were interested in. He went to the Phillies. I mean, there's a lot of trades going on. And I didn't think the package for Randy Arozarena that sent him from the Rays to the Mariners was too much. And so that's I guess the frustrating part for me is like none of these trades that I've seen maybe there's no way the Royals could have matched that offer.
It sounds to me like
no way.
The rest of the league doesn't think much of the Royals' prospects.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we're probably thinking more of them than everyone else does.
Or the ones that they do like, the Royals aren't ready to come off of. Which, okay, fine. But other teams around them are making deals, and the Royals right now are in a difficult situation because they did not take advantage of this homestand. It started off so promising with the sweep over the White Sox. By the way, they play the White Sox again tonight, so
last 3 games against them.
And then that's it.
No more White Sox.
Toughens up.
No more Oasis for them.
But I mean, when they started 3-0, what did you think
I thought they were going to go 7-2 on the homestand or something. And then they won the first game of each series against the Diamondbacks and Cubs. They held their last 3 losses. They held the lead in either the 6th, 7th, 9th inning. You know, the times when if your bullpen was good enough, you would win 2, if not all 3 of those games, and they lost them all. It really
they ended up 5-4 in the homestand, but
the horrible one was
3-0,
the 5 runs given up by MacArthur against the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, MacArthur.
That was a killer night right there, because
I'm so mad I called him McCarthy.
David McCarthy.
Don't remind me.
Remember him? It's great, but yeah, it's I guess it's okay to have a disappointing 5-4 homestand. If they go 5-4 in every 9-game stretch for the rest of the year, I expect they'd be all right, right? They'd probably be a wild card team, but they may not. They're not going to have that stretch against those teams. You know, the Tigers are
MacArthur's
6
given
games
up
behind them, but
8 runs in his last 2 games.
That's not good.
Last 2 innings.
But they've only got 1 game to go before the trade deadline, right? The trade deadline is 5:00 in the afternoon tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yep.
So, White Sox at the Tigers. Then the Red Sox are coming here. That'll be big. Cardinals coming here. They're involved, you know. When you're in this spot, all the games are big. And the fun part is it's the end of July, and they're involved.
Right.
But that was disappointing.
They got to make another deal or 2. They have to.
Yeah, I mean, this is because especially if you got guys hurt too. I mean, you have 2 guys a little bit injured right now, and 1 guy flailing in your bullpen
because it's turned into a very active trade market. Buster Olney, our regular guest on Thursdays here on New Day, wrote an article about the 8 teams that are desperate to make a move, and he has number 8 as the Royals. So they've already had a bullpen help with their swap for Hunter Harvey, but they could use a boost of offense among their outfielders. Rival execs expect KC to add at least 1 masher to a group that has struggled this year.
Is there a masher out there? I hope.
I've already brought up the guy a bunch of times, and it's not going to happen.
Who?
So, Tommy Pham. He's not a masher, but it makes sense.
Somebody.
Taylor Ward, probably.
They could he can move clubhouses today, right?
Yeah.
Just go across the hall.
They're going to end up with Taylor Ward, I think. How would that make you feel?
If it's an upgrade at all and it shows they're making an effort, then that's fine. But I think their bigger problem is the bullpen.
They need both.
They do need both, because if you're only scoring 3 or 4 runs in a game, you could win those games. But, I mean, like I said, they had a lead yesterday. They had a lead the day before, a lead in the 6th yesterday, and a lead in the 7th the day before.
So if they only had a chance to acquire 1, you'd rather have the bullpen on than
I think I would.
bat?
I think I would. I think so. But I'd take it all.
I might want the bat right now.
They have, with what they have, they've made it to this spot, which shows you they can play over 500 ball with this group of people. But it doesn't feel like it's going to be enough down the stretch, because this is with the dog days.
Okay, so the guys are most likely to trade for between now and the trade deadline as far as the bats, Lane Thomas from Washington, and they've been rumored to be very interested in Taylor Ward and Luis Rengifo from the Angels. Does anybody have a preference there? Rengifo's a switch hitter. He's better from the right side. Ward and Thomas are both right-handed bats. Rengifo would be the most viable of the 3 because he's having the best season, and he also has the most defensive flexibility. He's not a great defender, but he can play second. He can play third. In a pinch, he can play shortstop.
They're probably more looking for an outfielder, aren't they?
Are they?
I don't know.
He's got the worst OPS of the regulars.
Of the outfielders?
Of the lineup.
I mean, it's probably, is it Garcia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know his OPS is worse than MJ Melendez, and we bitched about MJ Melendez all year? I love Michael Garcia, right? But we gotta discuss that narrative now, right?
You've sold me.
Well, no, I'm not trying to sell you. I'm just it's been pushed over and over. Now he's very good defensively, third base. What are we talking about here? If we're talking about an upgrade offensively,
you'd rather have the runs right now, probably.
I mean, I don't know. He's not been the bat that I thought he was going to be, and the Royals thought he was going to be.
No, he hasn't. You're right. A couple of nice moments, but not enough consistency. They don't have a lot of consistency in the lineup. I mean, everyone's had a moment or two here and there. I mean, Bobby's the consistency.
Right.
Salvi's been fine. He's second best for sure, but
see, Garcia's OPS is 631 and Melendez is 644. My point is, it's like,
what's the difference? Yeah.
Just Melendez has been the whipping boy the entire year, and Hunter Renfroe's not the problem anymore. Hunter Renfroe is hitting fine.
Yeah.
Okay, and they do need him for his defense and short, and he's been fine too. And so, I don't know, it's just frustrating. That's all. So maybe a guy that can play multiple positions is the guy you bring in here.
Switch hitter,
but that's the guy that's going to cost more, right?
Pay him.
Pay the price.
Yeah.
Is that what you
want?
want?
Take a shot.
That's what I want.
More than a bullpen arm?
I think so. I mean, the injuries do concern me.
But let me just, and then we'll close after this. How much would you like to have a guy that's hitting 300 with a 348 on base leading off?
Yes.
That's Rengifo.
Yeah. Give me that guy.
I'd take it.
So let's not even talk about what position he plays.
Just get in the lineup.
Get him in the lineup at lead off. And that's a great upgrade, right? What have they been looking for?
Someone to do that.
Okay. Someone to hit in front of who?
Bob.
Okay.
There you go.
So that's the most impactful bet, I think. Get a guy that can get on base in the leadoff spot. And right now it appears that if you get a guy that's hitting 300 with a 348 on base, give him to me. Bring him here.
Pay the price.
You pay the price.
You pay the price.
Back after this on WHP.
Mahomes got some fuel to the fire recently with the Raiders and a puppet and some other things out there. I know last year he was kind of searching for some things to fire him up, and he found them. Is it a smart idea to fire up Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, I'd probably say not. We don't spend a lot of time here with puppets, so we try to do our work and try to get back. That's important.
No puppets here at Chiefs Camp. Thanks so much, Andy.
Well, let's see here. So that'll be good. Welcome back to New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it today on the show. Hey, we're going to talk to our friend Catherine Tappan. We had her throughout the football season. She's worked with NBC and covered the NFL. She's also worked with the NHL Network. But she is she's working with the Olympic coverage with NBC. She's here in the United States, but she's Jake.
She's hosting a daily show. She's doing it for 19 straight days. But every day she's hosting an Olympic show in Connecticut with the NBC crew. So she's seen a lot of what's going on. She's like, I don't think I miss anything that happens. So They started a couple days before the opening ceremonies. Once all the, I think the soccer started first. Once that started, she's been doing a daily show for NBC. She said 85% of the crew is actually working out of Connecticut.
The undertaking of the Olympic coverage is just absolutely monumental.
What?
I've looked through the schedule and like looking at what's going on. There's so many things happening.
What genius decided to hire Scott Hansen? Did you see this?
No, he's doing coverage?
Yes.
Is it on Peacock?
It's on Peacock.
The gold thing.
What's it called?
It's called the Metal Zone or
something.
something.
Oh yeah, the gold. It's
Gold Zone.
Gold Zone.
It's like NFL Red Zone.
Yeah.
My problem is I can't tell what's live and what's not.
Well, they're supposed to put it up there if it's live. Like
but
right now, this field hockey game is live.
It says that, but I've tried to make some bets on some stuff.
Oh boy, it all comes back to gambling.
And it says live, and I'm like, this isn't live. This game's over. This ping pong match is over.
You're not betting on ping pong. It's called table tennis.
Yeah,
by the way.
I know.
But
I watched some.
It was funny last night. We were
tennis
watching.
yesterday.
My wife likes the gymnastics, right?
I watched all the gymnastics yesterday.
And it was, it had happened earlier in the day.
It happened in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, but so they're repurposing it all for primetime coverage. Probably killing the ratings too, because people like my wife don't look it up. They don't know.
I was watching it, and no commentating on it on Peacock. They had every event for the qualifying. They just had
when it was live.
When it was live.
Yeah, they're just showing it.
They're just showing it, and that's like I'd like some commentating, but also but.
So then last night they put it all together for
they packaged
and then here, let's give you a gold medal swimming match. Let's give you a world record. Let's go back and forth.
Did you
and
watch
they do a great job.
Did you watch a basketball game yesterday morning?
I had I watched a lot of it. I wasn't invested in it.
I wanted to watch it because Jokic plays for Serbia.
Well, and America had been so blah heading in.
And this is difficult for me because there were times I found myself rooting against the United States because LeBron James.
You're supposed to love him. He's America's hero now.
Love
him. He's winning you back over during this Olympics.
He's not.
He is.
He's not.
He led them.
I get that because I have to do that. I do that against a team that I grew up loving.
I'm just like
that is.
I'm sorry.
That is me.
Look,
that is my life as a Lakers fan.
And this is not me telling you he's not great. He is great. I don't want to have this debate.
No.
I'm not talking about that.
One of the best ever, right?
I turn and I go, oh, this guy again. Jesus.
This is his last run in the Olympics, Stephen. Get on his back and let him ride you to a championship.
I don't want to.
It's great to see Durant, though. He had a day.
Yeah, I mean they played much better.
Well,
they looked much better.
How do you not get Jason Tatum on the floor?
He didn't
well,
play
they got
1
too many
minute.
guys. Yeah.
Only 1 minute.
Well, you can play more than 10 guys. He only played 10 guys.
Can't play them all.
That's stupid. It's stupid. He's a first-team All-NBA player.
Champion.
You can't play him?
I was entertained by the French crowd booing every time Joel Embiid touched the ball.
From the introduction.
The whole game. Every time he touched the ball.
He booed the hell out of him.
He's boo!
Yes.
Boo!
Haters.
He didn't play for France.
Haters.
The French.
It is fun, and I'd be interesting to talk to Catherine about this because it's
awesome. Funny that they booed him every time he touched the ball.
Absolutely, that's the fun part
of this.
French champagne. The French champagne.
That's what happens when, now, anytime George Springer or Carlos Correa go anywhere, they get booed because they got the stink of Houston on them, and they, you choose not to play for a country.
Every time he touched the ball, the French booed him.
The
French champagne.
Do you think Jake keeps trying to play the full one and he keeps playing the short one? Because we all want to hear Orson Welles drunk, but that's fine. I want to know if you think that's that, or do you feel bad?
No, I don't feel bad for him.
Does it make you? Does it make you mad, Jake? Does it make you feel bad for?
This
Joel
is
Embiid?
part of the world that we live in.
I don't know why
these guys can kind of choose who they play for. I mean, it's like wow.
I was impressed.
He's got more than one citizenship, but
Yeah.
I mean, he said he plays for America because he had his kids here. He got married.
Yeah,
here.
Sure. We went to college.
Yeah, that's right.
Several months.
But I was impressed that the French never stopped. You left.
I got the long one because I just flipped him off and it was on the stream.
Did you?
You know that? I mean, he just never stopped. Like
the crowd
they're
last
stop
the whole
at some
time.
point.
It was great. No, they didn't.
The crowd in
they're not gonna
the.
stop.
I got the whole one.
The
Played the whole thing.
French champagne. has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated. So Paul Masson.
Cut.
I also want the Royals to trade for Tampa closer and former Mizzou Tiger Pete Fairbanks, because we like to hear him talk.
Yes.
Pete Fairbanks.
So
the French crowd and the swimming was excellent yesterday. The guy set the world record in the whatever it was, beat Michael Phelps' last record. Well, he didn't set it. He had said it before. But anyway, when he was doing the breaststroke where you bob up and down out of the water, every time his head would pop up, they would shout, and then they would be quiet when he went back down. It was really cool. He's apparently the best swimmer in the world now. He's the new Michael Phelps, and the home crowd stuff's pretty cool.
Yeah,
big rugby union sevens match or whatever today with the American women and the French women.
I'm trying to get into it.
It's going to be on at 8:30. We'll
I
watch
watched
that.
some judo yesterday, and then the Canadian women's soccer team, they got ducked 6 points in group play because of the drone. They were cheating.
The cheating. Yeah, they fired the coach.
Yeah, so I mean 6 points. So that's pretty much means you're probably not going to advance.
Yeah, that's 2 wins.
But see,
they're 1 win away from advance because they're the defending gold medal.
Yeah, they're good.
Right.
We were I was doing too many things last week. I've been saying, going places, so we just didn't have time. I've got more time to watch it now, but I don't know. I got to figure out the schedule.
It's too much.
I want to watch.
It is overwhelming.
I want to watch wrestling. I want to watch boxing.
What time are they on?
I want to watch track and field.
Is it AM or
I don't
PM?
know. I don't know.
15:30.
I don't know.
15:30. We'll find out. I'll get you. But I watched some judo.
Find out when I can watch. I watched judo.
I watched some table tennis. I watched some judo. I watched some handball.
Handball's a crazy game.
It's awesome.
We played handball in intramurals in junior high.
Intramurals, brother.
Yeah.
I watched some of the basketball game yesterday, but that's just
Watched some gymnastics. Watched some swimming.
Yeah, there was some sort of thing on Peacock where you had 4 things up at once. I had that on for a little while yesterday.
Tomorrow is the gymnastics team finals, correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
And we'll know the answers before.
Well,
I was sitting there with I knew
here.
the scores last night. I was telling my wife, it looks like about a 13.
Simone Biles got
it pop up
injured her
13.
leg. Came back
So
out.
when is I'm not.
We can talk to Catherine at 7:05 about.
So nothing's live. When can I
at night, nothing will be live because it's too late at night.
They're 8 hours ahead. So right now, stuff is live.
But will they show it live?
Oh yeah, it's stuff's on
Peacock,
like Peacock and stuff live. And these things are happening
But
now. This field hockey match is live.
It is hard, because I have YouTube TV and I got Peacock.
They used to be able to just buffalo the world because no one knew what was happening somewhere else.
Right.
And now you can't do that.
1980 ice hockey.
Yeah. You tape something in America, no one knew.
Right.
But now there are reporters from America over there tweeting about what they're watching.
Yeah.
And all the results are on the Olympics.com. Whatever. Peacock's showing these things live.
We had, we went out every night in St. Joe to spend some time with friends and stuff, so we just weren't home to watch anything. And then we come home and we got the Goats game Saturday night, and then
it's just really started.
And then last night, I told Sue, I said last night was one of the best nights of television watching we've had in years, because the 2 episodes of the shows that we watch that come out on Sunday were so high level and were so good. House of the Dragon was fantastic.
Bravo. Would you have signed up to go try to ride a dragon?
Depending
if you
on
were
what,
a bastard
depending
of
on
someone?
what my plight was.
If I was Hugh.
If I was a bastard son, if I was a bastard Targaryen son.
But what if you didn't know you were a bastard?
Why?
Oh,
What if you've been telling me for years?
You got to know.
You've been telling me for years you are a bastard.
It depends.
Hugh knew.
On what's my life like?
Yeah.
Am I starving? Do I
what
have
if you're just drinking
future?
for free in
the
taverns?
Did you just lose your poor daughter? Because you couldn't find
I
food?
get Hugh, but
Hugh Hammer, yeah.
What's the other guy's name?
Ulf
might have been lying his whole life. I didn't know.
I wasn't sure about him.
I was super unsure. I was like, this guy is.
But I'll tell you this, and
truly,
not everyone. A lot of people watch House of the Dragon, but I'm telling you right now, Mayor of Kingstown is so good.
I don't have that program.
And Jeremy Renner is so good and someone came back last night that had me applauding. But anyway,
Tyrion,
that show is so good, and to have those on right now, going at
there's only one more.
I'm
House
gonna
of
get
the
on
Dragon
Mary
left.
Kingstown. There's only that's why.
I
There's only
can't
one
believe
dragon.
you don't watch that.
I know
because of Jeremy Renner.
I
just
love
alone.
her. I love
he
Jeremy.
is so good in this, and this is just like because now it's like the Russian mob and everything else in the prisons. It's a lot, but it's so good. And I've got that. I got a new episode. The last couple of Sundays, it's just been,
Quality.
fantastic. And House of the Dragon was so good last night.
High quality. I can't believe. Yeah, like you said,
It's
Leabo.
so good last
There's only
night.
one left. I can't believe it.
Why are they doing this in 8 instead of 10?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Stupid. They did 10 last season.
A little
I'm
long
not,
one
I'm
last
not
night,
ready
too.
for
It was
it to
over
be
an
over.
hour.
Well, next week's
I got tired of
72
Damon
minutes.
being at
Such a waste. That's
being
storyline.
there. Did you hear the lady that plays
The Witch of the Woods.
no. Who's the star? Rhaenyra.
Allison?
Yeah.
The lady that plays Rhaenyra, I can't remember her name in real life. Is it Emma?
Rhaenyra.
No, the actress.
Brenda.
She was interviewed, and she said that she was greatly irritated that she barely had any scenes with him this whole season because she likes working with him so much.
With
And
Matt
she says,
Smith.
with Matt Smith, and it was the guy that plays Damon, and she thought it was a waste.
Emma D'Arcy.
Yeah, Emma D'Arcy. Yeah.
I think it's this. They've greatly diminished his character because of what they're doing. I mean, I don't know.
We'll see now, but
Right. It's been tiresome.
that was pretty good when that little Tully came in.
That little young guy, he
that
got-
little son of a gun.
Like,
He
you
got-
need me.
He got he got his back
Lippy.
up a little bit, didn't he?
They
Little
got
lippy.
an army of bastards now.
The bastards are flying dragons.
Got a little lippy.
Yeah, they all did. It was good. It was great. It was great.
It's great.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, of course I watched.
You don't sound like you're as enthusiastic.
No, I
about it.
am.
It was great.
We already talked about this before you got here.
It was great.
It was great.
Mm.
They did a good job with that. I don't know how it's going to end. It's going to be a big cliffhanger of some sort.
They almost got Aemond.
Mm.
Almost got him. He knows now, though.
He's smart.
Aemond?
Yeah, he's smarter than you think. He turned that dragon around.
Yeah,
He
that's
said,
what I
no,
mean.
no.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not doing this.
They almost got him.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So how many? They have 5 dragons now.
2, yeah, they had
So they
3,
added
they
2.
lost 1,
They added
added 2.
Someone's calling you right now.
No, it's my reminder. I got to text Catherine Tappan.
Oh, okay.
Better do that.
Little.
Want break then?
Yeah.
No. I mean, we got about 5 minutes.
Okay.
I told her we're at 7:05. I told her I'd give her a text 10 minutes before she needs to come on.
And that's how you produce a show, kids.
Right?
Right there.
Pretty good.
The intern should be taking notes.
Pretty good.
That last scene when she's just standing there like,
Standing there, yeah.
come on, mother.
Yep.
Them 3 dragons, like, come on.
We're
They're
here.
all roaring at
So
the
they
same
added.
time.
They added 3. No, so they have 6 now. They added 3. They
But they've lost 2, right?
but
The girl, her dragon got burned up, and then not Rhaenyra, but the other lady who
What
got
about her
killed.
son?
Rhaenyra and her son, that's 2.
That's 2.
They added
Jace's wife.
2.
Jace's wife, right? The one who was, monitoring the woods. That's all.
Yes.
So that's.
Yeah, but then the other girl who had taken the babies away, her dragon's dead. Though,
She's
isn't she?
never had a dragon.
Well, what was that dragon outside there? It was
He's
burned
wild.
Up. She was looking
That's
at.
the
Oh,
wild.
it's a
It's a
wild,
wild
That's the wild
dragon
one
she
in-
wants to tame.
It's in the Vale.
Oh, but there was one burned up though. She was looking at.
No, that
no,
was
no,
that
that's
was the
the
that was
dragon
what
eating.
Yeah, that was sheep or
Okay.
goats.
Okay.
That's the food.
That was proof that there was a dragon that goes
wild.
and feeds there.
It's a wild dragon that she wants
And
to
then
ride.
and then the dragon
The
that went
6. They got
that
6.
went and found Sea Smoke.
Yeah.
Went and
Right.
found the rider.
The bastards are riding all these
They
dragons.
added Silverwing. They added
Sea Smoke.
Vermouth and
Vermouthi or whatever. There's yeah.
Vermithor.
yeah.
Vermithor.
So they added 3. They had 3. Now they have 6.
6.
And then
None of them are as big as the big one.
well, there's one left. That's
Silver
bigger.
Wing is the former dragon of Good Queen Alysanne Targaryen.
Good queen.
And then
You still haven't sent me your
Smoke was
chart.
Sea Smoke was the dragon of Rhaenyra's husband.
Yes.
That was Corlys's son.
Mm-hmm.
That was his dragon.
Okay.
Corliss is Bastard Road now.
Happens.
Adam of Hull.
Hull.
Yeah. Adam and Alan.
Adam and Alan of Hull.
Alan.
You're welcome.
Susan got mad at me and told me to stop saying bastard last night. I go, that's part of the That's what it is.
That's what they are.
That's what this is. How they just call the army of bastards.
Don't
get mad at me. I'm just telling you what's happening in the show.
They sent the tweet out. Any bastard, come
Right.
to
Any of them.
Dragonstone.
Come on out here.
Let's see how it goes. Didn't work out great for all of them.
A couple of them worked out really well.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. For now.
Fodder.
See, here's my
dragon fodder.
Here's my dragon chart of how big the dragons are compared to each other.
Why don't you send me this stuff?
So
I need this information.
Valerian is the one that torched Harrenhal, right? But he does not have a rider right now. So who gets on Valerian?
I don't know.
Send me those
I'm
documents.
not sending nothing.
It'll help me out.
All you have to do is go to Westeros Wiki.
Well, that's what I need because I went to the other family chart. I didn't like it.
All right. Can we break now?
Sure.
I had to think about all this.
Digest.
I would like to do the whole show in House of the Dragon, but I'm not allowed to.
Yeah.
So then we have to get to football and baseball and Olympics and things like that.
All kinds of good stuff.
Right. I had the two dragons on the beach.
Yeah.
That looked fun.
Yes.
We'll be right back after this on WHB.
New Day with SSJ is presented by Walker Medical Linen Services, locally owned and operated. HLAC certified to the highest medical laundry standards. Walker has partnerships with hospitals, surgery centers, and medical clinics in and around the metro area. Walker Medical Linen Services in Kansas City and online at walkermls.com.
Welcome back to New Day with SSJ. Stephen St. John here with Todd Leabo and Jake Gutierrez on this Monday, July 29th, 2024. Very happy to be talking to our next guest. It's been a while since we've chatted with her. And she was on NHL Network throughout all the playoffs. Now she's a part of NBC's coverage of the Olympics. And she can do it all. And she's going to join us right now. Catherine Tappan joins us. Catherine, good morning. How are you?
Hello. Good morning, Stephen and Todd. I'm doing great. Yeah, it has been a while since we last chatted. We were usually on we're chatting football all the time, and here we are. We're going to talk Olympics, but good to be with you. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to chat with us. So tell people exactly what you're doing with the Olympics. So, and we've been watching you, but other people that may not know, because I mean, this is just, we're all wrapped up in Chiefs training camp, and the Royals are actually a playoff team, and then all of a sudden, boom, here's the Olympics, and we're all trying to wrap our heads around, okay, what's live? What's taped? What are we doing?
I know.
So you're a big part of bringing the coverage on NBC. So tell people what you're doing and how we can watch you.
Yeah, so it is. I mean, the beauty of having Paris is that, Eastern time zone, we've got all the live events all day long. And I've got a great shift. I'm on the air from about 8:55 a.m. until 5 p.m. every day. I'm on USA Network, which is 24-hour coverage of the Olympics. We have all the live events. So, yesterday, which is really fun, we're actually on day 6, believe it or not. The opening ceremonies were Friday night, but we started last Wednesday because men's rugby and soccer actually began at the Olympics on Wednesday. So this is day 6 for me of 19 straight. So long days, long hours, but we've got really cool events on USA Network. Yesterday we had the women's soccer team who had a great win against Germany. They're looking pretty good under their new head coach. We had canoe slalom. We had table tennis, more familiarly known in the States as ping pong. Archery. We've got women's hoops today. We've got women's water polo going for an unprecedented 4th gold medal. So you can watch me all day on USA Network. And, of course, NBC has coverage of swimming and diving. They've got gymnastics, a lot of the track and field events. And then, 24/7 coverage on Peacock. And it's crazy how many platforms and how many shows there are with the Olympics. But again, the beauty of being in Paris as compared to the previous 3 Olympics being in Asia, we have the benefit of the time difference. They are 6 hours ahead, which means, you could put on right now USA Network and you're watching women's field hockey live, which is really neat. So it's been nice having it in France and being able to show live events for our whole day's worth of coverage.
And we have it on right now in the studio live on the USA Network. And so we're watching that as we speak. And so just in general, like in the past, when you've watched the Olympics, what, and you can name a couple if you want, like what's your favorite sport to watch that's unique to the Olympics that you don't watch like in the other, years, non-Olympic years? Because look, we were just talking, Jake, what were you watching yesterday? You're watching the table tennis.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of water
polo. I was watching some
obviously.
judo over the weekend.
I mean, because it's like that's one of the coolest things about the Olympics. You get a chance to watch some sports that you just don't get a chance to watch in other years. And so maybe what are some of the ones like in the past or even now that have stood out to you that are most enjoyable?
Yeah, well, that's what's so cool about the Olympics. And honestly, we're in the studio for 9 straight hours, so I'm watching canoe slalom, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I have a million questions like, can they touch the post? Can they not? You know, and you're getting to know and understand these sports, and it kind of happens for me once every 4 years. I did a very similar show when I was in Tokyo. This is my 6th Olympics, but I would say some of the events that I love watching are skateboarding, which is new as of last Summer Games in Tokyo, surfing. We've got they're actually surfing in Tahiti, which is incredible. You know, the surfing conditions are amazing there, and so I really enjoy the events that, to your point, that you don't usually get to watch. So for me, it's skateboarding, it's surfing. Definitely, like Todd, I love the table tennis. I mean, I literally am watching, being like, wow. When I go play ping pong at my friend's house, I don't look like that. You know, I mean, they've got the form. The serve is deceitful. Like, it's just so amazing. And then actually yesterday we had archery on, and South Korean women just won their 10th straight gold medal in this event. And what I found really interesting on the broadcast is as they're showing, you know, they're showing them and they're describing what they're thinking, and you can see them take a deep breath, and then all of a sudden the monitor pops up with their heart rate. It is so imperative that they get the timing of their heartbeat with when they pull, I guess, whatever, I'm describing the motion incorrectly, but when they are releasing the bow, it's just, they have to do it when they're timing their heart rate. And I'm like, that's amazing. Like, I didn't even know that. So, you know, our analysts in every sport are so great. They are, you know, they're the best of the best at these sports. And, you know, it's just fun to watch, and it's fun to learn something new every day with all of these incredible athletes that are competing.
We're talking to Catherine Tappet of NBC, and that's one of the things I wanted to ask you about, because you have to know a little bit about all of it because you're hosting this show. But the people who are analyzing each individual thing, I mean, there's table tennis experts and judo experts and canoeing experts and all that. Finding those right people to present this, because you're going to have some casual fans, but you're also going to have someone who's